Welcome to our explainer. Today, we're going to unlock the beautiful, kind of hidden logic that's sitting right inside Arabic vocabulary. It's a system that's so elegant, so predictable, that once you see it, trust me, you'll never look at the language the same way again. So let's just jump right in with a pretty weird question. What on earth could making a frozen dessert possibly have in common with one of the world's most ancient and complex languages? I know, it sounds a little out there, but you gotta stick with me on this, because this one simple analogy, it's the key to absolutely everything. Okay, here's the secret. Every single word in Arabic is basically built like a custom ice cream bar. It has two essential parts: a flavor, which in Arabic we call the root, or Madda, and a mold that it's poured into, which is called the pattern, or Wazan. That's it, flavor and mold, root and pattern. Let's break that down. First up, let's talk about the flavor. This is the heart of the word, right? It's the core concept, and in Arabic, that's the madhaka. So the Madda it's like the raw essence of a meaning. It's almost always just a set of three consonants. So, for example, the letters KTB, that's a root. Now, by itself, it doesn't mean writer or book. It just holds this pure, abstract idea of writing. Think of it like mango concentrate before you've decided if you're going to make a popsicle or a smoothie. All right, so if the root is the flavor, we obviously need a mold to give it some shape, to give it a purpose. And in Arabic, that mold is the wazan. The wazan is basically a template, a pattern of vowels and sometimes some extra consonants that just wraps itself around the root. And this template isn't random. It has a very specific grammatical job. For instance, the pattern Fe'l always means the one who does the action. It's the mold for creating the doer of any verb. So, here's the crucial part. Creating a word in Arabic really is like following a simple three-step recipe. It's awesome. First, you pick your root concept, your flavor, like KTB, the idea of writing. Second, you pick the grammatical mold you need, like Fe'l, the doer. And third, you just pour that flavor into the mold and boof, a new perfectly formed word just appears. Okay, enough with the theory. Let's actually make some ice cream. Some words. Let's see how this whole thing works with a few nouns. Now, this is where the magic really happens. Just look at how incredibly efficient this system is. We take our one root, KTB, our writing flavor, we pour it into the Fe'l mold, the doer pattern, and we get katib, a writer. Simple. Okay, now let's use that exact same flavor, but a different mold. Let's try the maf'ul mold, which means the thing being acted upon. Now we have maktub, the thing which is written like a letter. Want to do one more? Same flavor, different mold. The maf'al pattern means the place of the action. And bam, we get maktab, the place of writing, an office. One root, three different molds, three totally distinct but related words. It's incredible. And that really is the core idea right there. Every single one of these derived words in Arabic has this kind of hidden DNA, a flavor and a mold, a root and a pattern. And once you start recognizing these, you'll see them everywhere. It's like putting on a new pair of glasses that suddenly makes everything clear. Now, if you thought that was cool for nouns, just wait until you see how this system works for verbs. This is where it gets really, really powerful and predictive. For verbs, you can almost think of the wazan like an algebraic formula. Seriously, the pattern gives you the fixed parts of the word. Those are your constants, and you just slot in your root letters. Those are the variables. So, for example, in this pattern here, the Y, the first A, and that ending una are all fixed parts of the mold. The F and the L, well, those are just placeholders for your root consonants. So if our root flavor is KTB, you just plug K where the F is and T where the L is. It turns language into this amazing plug-and-play system. And get this, here's the best part. You don't need to memorize hundreds and hundreds of these patterns to get going. For the vast majority of simple past tense verbs, everything is built on just three fundamental patterns: fa'ala, fa'ila, and fa'ula. If you can just master these three molds, you can build a massive number of verbs just by swapping out the flavor. It's an incredible shortcut. So we've seen the recipe, right? We've seen the ingredients. But why is understanding this system such a complete game changer for anyone who's trying to learn or just interact with Arabic? So what's the big takeaway here? This isn't just another boring grammar rule. It's a superpower. You literally stop seeing a wall of random vocabulary and you start to see the elegant, logical scaffolding that's holding everything up. You can intelligently guess the meaning of a word you've never, ever seen before, just by recognizing its pattern. And this means you learn vocabulary exponentially faster, because you're not just memorizing single words anymore, you're learning the entire system that generates them. So the next time you see an Arabic word, don't just see the letters. Try to see its two parts. Ask yourself, what's the flavor and what's the mold? Because now that you know the secret recipe, a whole new world of words is just waiting for you to discover. So what will you find?